We're going to release these two bolts here, okay? 1, 2, on the other side to release this exhaust, okay? So we're going to release them too. I'm going to put some penetrant spray on them now. We're going to release them, and then down the car. You probably won't be able to get down the car, but down the car there's a plate to be removed. I'll take a picture of that in a second, and then the other end of the pipe, okay? Right. So this plate under the car has to come off, and it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 bolts here that have to come out, and then these two rusty ones here, 1, 2, under the exhaust, that'll have to be separated too. That class there will have to be separated. Move this plate with its 6 bolts to lower this down, and we've removed the back box hanger. So this is what hangs the exhaust back box to the car. We took that off. There was 2 bolts up there, and that allowed the exhaust to drop down enough to get to this bolt, which was tucked up inside the exhaust tunnel, the tunnel up here, which I couldn't get to before. So now I can get to it. So once we get this off, that should be the last bolt holding the exhaust on.
What do I do with the wire head? Right, let's go for it. A little tight again. Yeah, it seems to be coming off okay, so I'm going to...
Coming off fine, alright? Right, there you go. So that is the exhaust off, alright? So we're going to take it out now. So this is where it meets the catalytic converter. And I've just bolted it up loosely there, plenty of copper grease, copper slip, just to make sure those bolts are easy enough to get off. That's the plate, just hanging loose there for the minute until I bash it into place and put hammerite on it. And I'm just going to bolt it up in a second. And I've got the exhaust silencer box at the end there, just held up on a jack. I'm just going to jack it up now. It just attaches to that strap. Rusty bit strap you can see hanging down there. I'm just going to put the strap on now, and then we'll hold the middle plate that's down there. It's bolted up loosely there at the catalytic converter part, and it's only bolted up loosely so I can get this plate on. Right, so then you can see the 2 bolts there and there. Right, they're covered in copper grease, and then this plate, which I had on upside down earlier, I didn't realise, that's got 2 little bolts to hold it to the rubbers. The rubbers go through the holes here and here, and then 2 little bolts 10mm, and then 6 10mm around the edges there, again covered in copper grease. So I only got 3 of them in. I'll do the other 3 now in a second. And then the exhaust is held up at the back just loosely with the band that goes around it. It's not in the final position yet, so I'm going to do everything loosely until it's in its final position. There are 2 13mm bolts here on the band, and you'll need something to hold the exhaust up, a friend or a jack or something, just to hold the exhaust up until it's in position. And then do everything loosely, get the exhaust loosely before you clamp the ones at the downpipe on first. So that seems to be holding up okay now. Right, so that's the repaired exhaust.